Good morning, good morning. It's Sunday and it's time for restorative yoga. So good morning. I'm on a few minutes late. Just had to get some last things fixed up and then I realized I have a hole in my shorts. So that's still there. But good morning, we're just gonna jump right in. If you have a playlist, play it. If you don't, you don't have to. I play music, but I'm just playing like my own, but I'm starting off with like my favorite song for my favorite movie. Well, actually all these songs are like my favorite song. But Mom, we have a map, and that is like, I don't know why I like it. And the scene of it in the movie is like perfect. So if you haven't seen Wicker Park and you want like a nice little, not too intense film that's good watching and still kind of gets you on your brain thinking, like if you like mystery stories or something, that's probably a good movie because it kind of has a little twist to things, and it's really good. So, but here we are, it's Sunday. We're just going to do a few moves today, nothing super intense. We're going to start standing and then we're going to end on the floor in some moves, just some real deep stretching to calm us down from the weekend and bring us up for the week ahead. So we're coming up, starting up, standing up to come down. Calm down. So I don't even know if you guys can hear that playlist when I play it. I can hear it, but that's why I say if you have something that you want to hear, that you like, put me on mute, just follow along and put on your favorite playlist, or try to recognize what mine's doing. I use different things too, like sometimes I use my phone, sometimes using a laptop for music, so it comes in different. And then some people don't like music at all. Like, do you not prefer music at all when you do yoga or when you do fitness? Like when I run, I don't like music when I run. I like to hear like nature or what's around me. If I'm lifting weights or something, actually, yeah, most of my workouts, I don't prefer music. Yoga, I'm iffy. Today, I'm into it. So I've been jamming out all morning. So yeah, so we're going to start stretching and then I have a couple announcements after. So yay. So we're going to start standing. Just take feet apart. Come into place, come into awareness. Also, is this too bright? Sometimes I like it a little bit darker and sometimes I like it a little bit lighter. Since we're coming up for the morning day, I feel like it's nice to let in open the windows, but sometimes they bring glare. All right, separate your feet a little bit past shoulder width apart. I'm going to bend at the knees, come into focus, come into place today. This is a good one if you have been doing a lot of fitness workouts. You're doing a lot of just good stretching here. I'll try not to take up too much of your time because it is Sunday. So bend at the knees, bring the arms around, rise up, take the arms up towards the ceiling, look up and gaze at the daylight stars and daylight sky. Inhale and release, bringing arms back down, bend at the knees again, bring arms up, give yourself a hug. And then release, bring arms back down, raising up around towards the sky, daylight stars. Inhale, release, and repeat this a few more times at your own pace. Try to go through more and not give as much description. Just kind of let you enjoy the moment. So just two more. If you'd like to go on your toes for a little extra, that requires some balance and some calf work there. There can be lots of things. All right, on that last exhale, bring arms up to sides. Subtle movements sometimes, all the time, can do a lot for the body. So starting with your right side, fingers extended out, and just from your waist up, we're going to just do a little nice side to side. So I'm probably opposite of you, but you know what I'm doing. I start with my right side, just from the waist, do a little side to side movement here. Exhaling as you go to the side, inhaling as you come back to neutral center. Gosh, I always forget to do something. I definitely forgot to silent my phone. Just a couple more, just getting that body warmed up. Or fills in my arms, but I already had some stuff going on today. Yeah, and then that last one, coming back to center, releasing the arms. Standing for a moment, eyes closed. Just breathing in and out, starting to inhale through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Take a moment to see where you are, how you're feeling, but don't get lost in how the weekend went. Just come back to center and know that it's done. You're on to the next thing. You're here now, and we'll be into tomorrow. All right, so again, we're going to take those arms around. We're going to take the arms and fold them over, kind of like a C, like we're doing a standing cat-cow. And as you are bringing in that core, that belly, just kind of punching up into the back, shoulders down. But your back's going to curve around, so you're coming in kind of that way. And then we're going to release and bring the arms back. Continue exhaling, curve over into cat position. Inhaling, and we come back to neutral. It's good to warm up those shoulders, those traps, those back muscles. Just a few more. Remember, we're celebrating too. So normally, continue to do that. Just a couple more, and as you exhale, coming in. We're celebrating for the Miss Health and Fitness 2020. That's still going on. We are in round 4. Team, remember, we can do this. So coming into that last exhale, you didn't have to move. I moved so I didn't hit the cabinet. So coming in, we're going to bring those hands, those legs together. Going to bring the arms up and around and go into our first forward fold. And I'll go back to side. So you can face whichever way is comfortable for you for the mat. A little bit of a so bringing the arms up and around. And just as the waist moving, coming over, heading towards the floor. With your head sinking down to the ground. And as you breathe, as you inhale, maybe lift up a little bit, hands up to close to your knees and into flat back tabletop. And then release back down to forward fold. Continue to do this for a few more. Just taking your time, inhaling, coming up to flat back tabletop, exhaling back into forward fold, getting a little bit deeper each time. Continue to do that while I talk about things. So continue. As you inhale, you're coming up a little bit, flat back tabletop, exhaling into forward fold. As I talked to you about the Miss Health and Fitness, as I said, we are in round 4. We did it, we made it. I could not do it without all of you. Remember, inhale, exhale. I'm so grateful because this absolutely takes your support. It takes your votes to help me to get through this process. So it's definitely team effort. So give yourself a round of applause in your head while you get through this nice little stretching workout restorative yoga this morning. And give yourself a round of applause because you helped to get us to round 4. So, all right, taking your one last inhale, coming up to tabletop flat back. And exhaling that last forward fold. And stay. Fold it over. Maybe taking your hands and each hand to opposite elbow. Moving around. These hands. Maybe swerving the body from the waist down, side to side. Just kind of hang here for a moment. Hang there, being aware of your body, being aware of your breath. taking this moment, taking this time for yourself. And once you can, release those hands down to the ground. You're going to slowly either hop back if you've already been warmed up and already been doing some stretches, or walk back into plank. Starting to just still remain aware of your body, come into control, and from plank, coming down into the floor, belly to the floor, into the mat. Taking a moment, hands under shoulders. You get a nice little back bend here, just a little one to start the day. If you're already warmed up though, feel free to slowly slide on in to up dog. But if you're not, I know I'm still a little tighter on the waist today. Just come up a little bit to where you're comfortable at. Take a moment, take a breath. If you feel comfortable enough, lift those hands off the ground. Have those feet down. Come up and rise. Maybe lifting those feet if you'd like a little bit now. And releasing. Do this twice more. Coming up either into Cobra or into Sphinx, depending what you're comfortable in, or into Up Dog if you're feeling really warmed up and comfortable. Or you can lift up like me and get your inhale going, and on your exhale, lifting those hands, lifting those backs of those legs. Getting a nice back bend, nice full stretch. Release. Oh. It's Bun. He just realized the dog is still here, so they're in separate rooms, but you know, good fun. And again, coming up into either Cobra, Sphinx, Up Dog, or a nice lift up to the body, lifting those arms up, getting that stretch a little bit deeper each time as you breathe, pushing those legs off the ground. And release. Awesome. All right, then we're going to push back into child's pose. Knees mat width apart. All right, just taking another moment in child's pose, and on your exhale, coming up to your knees, kind of as if you're already sitting preparing for camel, or what you can do is I want to knees mat width apart, because you're going to take those feet and kind of move them out mat width apart also, and come into, I've heard people call this different things, and I think that does happen translating from yoga and different things all the time, where depending where you're doing it at or who's teaching, and different nicknames and code words come up. So I would have heard, the normal hero pose, but I also heard just prep for camel, and then I was somewhere else, I think like watching a class and they called it something else. I can't remember, but I'm sure you have enough space. I just want to make sure you guys can see me. So coming into hero pose, if your feet are comfortable doing so, do that. But if your legs are not comfortable, because I'm sitting in between my thighs and feet, if you're not comfortable, just do that. Prep for camel pose and stop here. There's always modifications for things, or you can add like some blankets and something under your feet to give you extra support. But if you're feeling good and flexed and you're coming out of child's pose, you just can come back into hero pose. We're going to go back for a few, so we're going to just take our arms behind us, hands facing our bodies, palms down, and you're just going to slowly, as much as comfortable, back up into pose. And just go where you're comfortable. If this is a good stretch, remember you want to stretch, not strain. If this feels good, stop here. If you can get deeper and all the way to the floor without feeling like it's uncomfortable and you're straining and you're going to hurt something, go all the way. We're just going to take a moment. And this is, again, if you need a cover or a blanket or something under your back, feel free to do so. We're going to spend a lot of time today in these interesting poses. So just think about how how your day's going already. If your day has started or maybe not. Just breathe through it. My playlist is quite interesting today. So, not interesting, but just I have been going through a lot of music that I haven't heard in a while and been like, oh yeah, and I want to listen to it all. So that's what's happening today. Getting out. It pulls out like every emotion that I could possibly have. Kind of like how these poses can move and groove different energy through the body. It can move stagnant energy, remove negative energy. That's what my music does for me, and that's what I've been doing. Just getting out every kind of energy and feel in my body. All right, and coming into, speaking of body, into these last moments. Slowly take your arms and use them to help you lift back up. Come just into sitting pose. Take the hands in front of you, wrap them around. And either take a little, like go onto your knees and take a little bend in your toes just to stretch those toes out for a moment. Maybe sit deep in them for a moment just to stretch them out. And then lift, bring those knees and hands together. And we're going to come into tabletop neutral here. And we're going to do a little bit of cat-cow, just on your own time as you want. Just do, as you breathe in, just do 3 cat-cows, which is so funny. It just sounds like a single cow-cats. Filling that belly with air. As you inhale, lifting that bum, lifting that neck up just a bit, and then releasing into cat. Do these on your own for 3. And these poses are warming us up for our main pose today, so that's why we're doing this. A lot of back today to get us prepared for that main pose, that top pose of the session. One more. And after that last exhale, go side to side. So after coming back to neutral, getting a little bit of side movement, starting from your right, exhale, and you go to the side curve. Inhale at neutral, exhale, going to the other side. So you should be taking your head and your butt almost like forming like a crescent, like a U. And inhaling at neutral in the center, exhaling when you go side to side. Just 3. So one more, if you have not already done your 3. Alright, coming into neutral, and today, so our main pose is going to be something that can prepare us for crow. It can be something that prepares us a little bit for dolphin pose or coming in from downward dog. So we're staying on the floor today. This is kind of a grounding to get ready for the week. In our main pose, we're going to go into frog pose. And so I'll show you from the front. Basically, that's why it's good that we had child's pose and hero pose. This is our main pose of the day. So basically, you want to get your legs out to the side and you're coming sitting in the middle, which is similar to hero. And we just want to start because this one, a lot of people can have tight groin muscles, tight inner thigh muscles, tight quads. So this is a good one. So you just want to get your legs as wide as you can. And you want to start just coming forward onto those forearms. So let me back up a little bit so you can see a little bit better. So you're coming down onto your forearms, having those legs as comfortably stretched to the side as you can. I have very tight groin muscles. I hold a lot of my past energy and stagnant energy in my groin area and my quads. I even find habits where I tend to sit like my legs are locked together, crossed, and there's a lot of history in that for the reasons why, like, anytime the energy gets stuck there, I have quite the history of messy love life. And I believe that's why a lot of that energy gets stuck there. So we're just going to work on that. So I'm sure if you can get out your legs spread out a little bit further than me, go for it. But if not, that's fine. And you can even warm up like I was doing, having your arms, I'll show you from this side, but having your arms in front of you and just having those legs out to the side and just kind of stretching out slowly, just moving back and forth at your own pace. Arms just under your shoulders. And it even, strengthens those arms, but it really starts to get you warmed up to get into frog pose and as you're lowering down. Because eventually some people can go all the way down into frog pose. That's a little too deep for me. And if you can't even, some people will have their back legs flat out back behind them. So I'm not quite there with that yet. I can do a lot of things. That's not, not one of them. But just coming into frog pose, warming up and getting settled into this position as you need. You're going to be here for quite a moment. And like I said, some people, they can get up further and just kind of stretch out. That's something I'm still getting there. So, my groin, if you notice, I can do an assisted split. I can't do a full, I have a really hard time, I think, with all that energy being stuck there stagnant. So as you can tell, I'm moving around a lot because I'm trying to see what's comfortable for my body. But, yeah, just settle into frog pose. Like I said, just getting those legs width apart. And like I said, we're in this position for a while because I want you to see how your body feels with it, what you need to do to get comfortable. So we want to stretch, not strain. So I like to slowly use my hands to help assist me as I get a little bit deeper with spreading my legs a little bit wider. You can't tell that I'm working on getting my legs to get a little bit straighter, moving my feet over, and then coming into that position. But if not, and your feet need to be touching in and back, that's totally fine. If your legs are so these are your thighs, and then your legs are my hands. So whatever is comfortable, just be comfy in here. Really focus on your breathing in this pose. Getting a little bit deeper each time, but remaining gentle with your body. For me, this pose that can seem so simple, but it's not. It gets so deep to bring out. I can always start to feel that energy releasing. My body starts to heat up quite a bit. And you can find yourself in different poses where that happens to you. It might not be frog pose. Maybe you didn't have a messy love life. But some other poses where that energy gets stuck. But still facing it and not ignoring those poses. I always say, I want to work on splits. And I ignore it and I don't. And I have been a little bit better. I've been doing assisted splits with my aerial because I can be introverted, or not introverted, but rotated. I can use the gravity to help me hold into that. And it still brings out different energy. But just taking another moment, another breath in this position. But that's okay. Let that energy release. Because you can't ignore things. You can't ignore problems. You're going to have to face them at some way. And for me, the splits are more than just the splits. So it brings out a lot. But it's good to face that and go through those releases. And I've seen it in other moves and things that I've done where then you're oh my gosh, you can get so much further in your practice or in life or in your mental state. And having that release can feel so amazing. Just kind of like bright eyes, eyes wide open and bright eyes, just opening up your vision, bringing in more of that light when you face it. And coming into resolution of those problems and situations. All right, and slowly bringing those arms up, bringing it back together, sitting back up into hero pose a little bit. I know I can feel that. So what we're gonna do is walk out our hands in front of us a bit, just to slowly release out of that pose. Sometimes I feel like I stuck in it as much as I do out. So you should be back side, back onto tabletop, neutral. Ooh. And we're just gonna take the hands and the body and kind of move it as you need. A little bit more deep stretching here. Sorry, I don't know. Today may have been more some nice therapy, I guess. Just kind of moving as you need. You need to do circles while you're back in tabletop. You just want to do a few cat-cows, that's fine. Let the practice be what you want sometimes. It's kind of a little bit of a freebie, I guess. Today. All right, coming back into neutral, we're gonna go one more time into child's pose. This can either be knees met width apart, but it doesn't have to be this time. Coming back into child's pose. On that next exhale, coming back up in a tabletop, getting on those toes, flying back into plank position. Seeing how your body feels. Maybe getting a little stretch in the calves, like if you're about to go into upward or downward, and just getting a little bit of flexibility here, but not going into upward and downward. Just stretching out that body before we finish up here. And either step or walk to the front of your mat. Do whatever you like. So I'm gonna walk to the front and come back in your folded position. And one more time as we're in forward fold position, having those legs straight, have a little bit of bend in those knees if needed. But taking the hands and having them to the mat, and we're gonna slowly go to the side. You can start on your right side, just getting a nice little side stretch here. And either lifting up a little bit as you get a little side breath and releasing deeper into that side. Twice more on your own. Releasing back to center, and going over to the left side, same thing. Thrice times. Inhaling, coming up a little bit, exhaling, coming back down deeper to that side. See maybe on each exhale how it can get a little bit further deeper in your fold, or maybe get back a little bit further to where you're almost looking at the back of your feet. Coming back to center, taking those arms, wrapping them around up to the sky. Feeling, inhaling and dropping the hands, palms together down the chest, down to heart chakra. And don't forget through all this to hold that core in. And releasing, bending at the knees, coming, bringing hands around up to the sky once more. Inhaling, and then bringing palms together, exhaling, dropping hands down to heart. One more time, wrap around, taking arms up to the sky. Dog is losing it. Palms together. Hands slowly coming to heart chakra. And slowly start to bend at the knees, going back down to your mat, going into a nice crouch position. And this is another one right before we end. If you'd like to end, if you want, for today's kind of freebie restorative yoga flow to, of course, prepare us for the week, either you can just get a nice stretch in here, where it's kind of like you're going into crow. But if you're not quite at crow yet, you just want to have those legs apart and elbows kind of centered inside. I like to put them like almost in that cushion of my leg and just get a nice stretch. I'm moving those toes around. If you are all about crow and you are feeling warmed up and you're into it, like, go for it. But if you're not, you just want to warm up a bit. Just get a nice deeper stretch. You can sit kind of putting a little bit of pressure on the elbows, the arms, the forearms. Get a nice deep stretch in those legs. This kind of is a nice way to prepare you for crow, or you can even just have your hands in front of your knees and kind of prepare. Like I said, if you're feeling it, go into crow, do it. If you just want to get a nice deeper stretch before we end, that's fine too. I haven't done crow in a while. Oh my gosh, I probably need to like prepare. Because crow, what you'll do is like when I'm stretching, I have my elbows kind of cushioned in between in that leg. But when you're doing crow, obviously, you're getting that leg, that kind of bottom of your leg that onto your arm. So you're putting it up onto your upper arm. So you're not gonna go in with your, leg and the elbow in the cushion of your leg. You're gonna obviously put those knees above and you're gonna just kind of go into it, and that's kind of getting into crow. So you can work on that too. Maybe just going through, maybe you're halfway there, lifting one foot off the ground, dropping it down, or lifting both. Yeah, so do what pleases you. And then when you're ready, if you'd like to join us, you can come back down to tabletop, bringing those legs down and around on the mat. And meet me in seated position. Once again, maybe closing the eyes or focusing on what's in front of you, or if you'd like, continue to work on crow pose. No qualms there. Just taking a breath for the last moment, having palms up on your knees. And thanking yourself for joining us today for this restorative kind of free-flowing yoga session. Kind of, like I said, a good therapy session today. A good way just to let you start to be a bit creative and kind of make this practice your own. I'm just here to guide you. In teaching anything, we kind of can craft and find our own ways to do things, which is beautiful. That's what makes them unique. So taking these last moments, this last breath. Then going ahead and opening your eyes if they weren't already open. Take one last big inhale, filling up that body, maybe lifting the arms. And exhaling everything away. Just push it all away. Push any negativity away, any tightness, any stagnant negative energy. Finding release, renewal, and relief. And more renewal. And rejuvenation. And all of these beautiful things. So thank you again for joining me today for this wild Sunday practice of getting all these feelings and emotions and making progress. Thank you, and namaste. Woohoo! All right, you did it. And if you haven't already, make sure, let's do this team, Miss Health and Fitness. You can find all of the voting links or the link to the Miss Health and Fitness website in my bio. The website link in my bio is for the Miss Health and Fitness 2020 competition. We've got to we moved up, so the next round you have to absolutely be in the top 5. So it is free to vote. You can vote every day, so it doesn't have to cost you any money. But if you would like to throw a little something down for Wounded Warriors, which is an organization that supports veterans, then go ahead and hit that warrior vote button. This is after you get to the link. So you go to my bio, you click the website link, misshealthandfitness.com/2020/Carmen. Then you see my page, you'll see me, it'll tell you what place I'm in, and then you'll see a picture of me, and it'll tell you where to vote. Click on Warrior Vote if you want to support Wounded Warriors and you can learn more about them, or click your free vote daily every day. Click that free vote every day. Makes me want to do like kickboxing now or like taekwondo or something. But maybe that'll be my workout later. And then also, so I guess this is a nice, fun, creative way today practice. I hope you enjoyed. And let me know, do you prefer, no music yoga? Do you prefer music? I mean, I know everybody in the world's music preferences are different. I like to mix it up all the time. So even today's mix was a little mixed up. And then, let's see. Oh, yes. So I just posted on a few of my pages. I learned about this wonderful film called Chasing the Present. And it is wonderful. Look it up. I put some information. You can copy. You can copy the link to Chasing the Present. I have it on my Instagram, which is just @Carmita So on Instagram, you can copy the website and check out the trailer for the movie Chasing the Present. I don't know if this is a docu-film or just about a guy, but it seems very realistic with a lot of what's going on in society and what's happening today. But it's about this gentleman who is doing the usual. I think he's from New York, doing that clock in, clock out corporate job. And he has like wonderful, obviously all the things, wonderful family, wonderful home, wonderful life, but something's still missing. And I think a lot of us have that going on where we're like, oh man, like things are great, I have money, or we think, why is this other person complaining? They have money, they have a home, they don't have debt, all these things. But when you're out there searching for, in life and for what we're doing, depending where you go or depending where you live, not everyone gets the luck of the draw, I should say, I guess, of being, I think, lucky enough to be incorporated into some type of spirituality or spiritual thing or natural thing or just something else outside yourself. It doesn't have to be a religious thing, but I do know it seems like a lot of people, I know I grew up in like a Catholic household, but just having some sort of religion or some sort of spirituality or some way that's outside yourself, it seems like then at least we're stepping through the door, we're in that gateway to then kind of go one day, like, let me look at what else is going on out there. Like, what else is happening? Like, we kind of have a peek of, we're not fully missing something, but maybe that doesn't work for us, what we're going into. Maybe it does. But it starts us off at the ground and we can work our way up into findings. But some people don't have that. And you grow up and you're just, work and money and house and wife or husband or daughter or kid or dog is the way. And yes, those things are great to have. But let me turn my Ollie down. All right. I do love me some Bring Me the Horizon. I do absolutely love me some Bring Me the Horizon because I'm going to want to hang out and listen to that all day. But I just wanted to mention this. So basically what I wanted to bring it back is Chasing the Present. This film is almost kind of brings that thing into topic. So this guy's, he's trying to find this way. He doesn't understand why he feels like he's still missing something. So then, if he goes on an adventure, and I want to make you go look it up and watch the trailer, but he starts to, get through getting past fears and anxiety and thoughts and all these things that we have now in a lot of societies around the world, and looking for his true feeling in life, his true way to feel whole. And that's why I say, like, of course, on this journey, I'm sure he's checking out or dabbling or whatnot. I assume, like, into other cultures, into their spiritualities, into other people, into what around the world is also like others are doing to find themselves, to feel whole. And for that, for most people, you have to take a really big, deep look and look inside yourself. And then you can open your eyes. Like I say, eyes wide open, bright eyes, man. They come in and then you see so much. And things so differently. So it's a really good film. And so what I want to do is I would love, love, love to host a viewing. Obviously things are a little odd right now, but that's still possible. We can still social distance while we're, hosting, and watching a film. Obviously it doesn't need to be like a million people, but it's just nice to have it and do something and share that wonderful film, I think, with so many people. And as far as I know, I do think that is maybe the only way right now to see it. I don't think it's out like in, on theaters or HBO, whatever. So yeah. So hit me up, look that up on Instagram. I think I might have posted it also on Facebook's, on the Carmita Smiles Naturally page. And let's watch this film on what I'm all about, self-discovery, connection with nature, connection with people, connection with feeling whole. So yeah, let's do that. And I think those were all my announcement things that I had. But just don't forget to vote. And also, today is the 16th. And as you notice, I'm wearing my, my business. So I run a pet care business. And usually the 16th of every month, we have an Aware and Care live stream where I connect with organizations doing good for the sake of doing good all over the world. And we will be back, not today, but September 16th. We will be with a local Columbus, Ohio-based organization, the Wild Goose Creative. They are a wonderful nonprofit organization in Columbus, Ohio that supports the arts and community. And they do an amazing job at that too. So check that out. That'll be September 16th. I'll be hosting that. It's a live stream online. It's a quick, not even 30-minute Q&A. So, during your lunch break, pop on, say hello, then pop off back to work. And I don't know. I think that's all I got. I got some comments there on the side. I will check those out. Otherwise, have a great day. Namaste.